On the next Dan Rather Reports.
To me, the law is to try and save lives, no matter who it is.
An angel in the desert.
To look for a body is the hardest thing to do, it's true. But the family suffering is something we really sympathize with.
Saviors searching for lost souls.
We have high hopes that we will find them.
The next morning, at first light, Hernandez assembles his team. A video camera in tow to capture what all hope will be a successful rescue. They know from the description they got of the landmarks that this mission will take them across to the Mexico side of the border.
Teníamos que correr los riesgos que se necesitaban porque necesitábamos encontrarlo pronto. Fueron bastantes montañas las que tuvimos que caminar, escalar, brincar, hasta llegar a un cañón que es hasta abajo. No podíamos darnos el lujo de tomar caminos accesibles. Teníamos que llegar lo más pronto posible hacia el área donde nosotros nos imaginábamos que podía estar el camino de él.
So then after a while I start hearing voices calling my name, and I think, oh man, now I'm starting to hallucinate. And I hear those voices again, and I'm like, oh, I'm really dying then. I thought to myself, well, is it just my mind, or maybe it could be angels, who knows? And I was like, oh, I don't want to die. I'm too young, I want to die. But luckily it was an angel.
Pablo! Pablo, ¿escuchas? Ahí está. Ahí está abajo. ¿Dónde está el joven, don Rafael? ¿Está lastimado?
You know, I felt something similar to what I felt when I was told that I was going to be a father. I feel that joy, that happiness, that I feel like I want to live forever.
Hi, I'm Deborah Seike. I've led a magical life, and what you're about to see is living proof. My story really begins with a river. Yes, a river flows through our valley in Baja California, and it helped attract us to Tecate along with the perfect year-round climate, only 25 miles from the sea. But the river I speak of was in Tahiti, and I was 12. My mom came home one day and said a Romanian professor expropriated our favorite swimming hole. We went to see him to complain. Him was Edmund Seike, and the ranch story really began at that moment in 1934. Why was my family in Tahiti? Well, my parents were Jewish immigrants to the United States. Mom was from Austria and Dad from Poland. They both had left their homes to pursue their dreams for a better life. My mom was an RN who became a health nut. She was vice president of the New York Vegetarian Society, and because she liked extremes, we were on an all-fruit diet. But there was little fresh fruit to eat in Brooklyn during the Depression. There was only bananas. And so one day, she, my father, my brother, and I boarded a steamship, and after many, many weeks, arrived in Tahiti. There, my life really began. It's a long story, but eventually we moved back to the United States. We went to visit Edmund Seike, the charismatic Edmund, whose health camps we attended each summer since Tahiti. I went to work for him, fell in love, thought he was absolutely marvelous, and a new chapter of our life began. We married, and we went to Mexico to wait out World War II. This is a picture of our home. The barbed wire fence was to keep the cows from rubbing against the house because it had stored hay. We had fun. It was like playing house. These two oak trees had grown together to form a door. It was a wonderful arch that connected them. The name Rancho La Puerta, Rancho the Door, came from these. We had no idea we would be staying for more than a year or two, but the war in Europe went on. It lasted for 5 years. And since we had to make a living, we started another of Edmund's health camps. This one was to be round the year. By 1950, we had moved from our house to what was then a splendid place made of local brick and tile. We had a library. My husband and I were very pleased. Finally, we began to run ads in the San Diego and Los Angeles papers. By this time, we were charging $9 whole a day. The ranch success to a great degree was due to our Hollywood friends, many of them Hungarians. There was a huge film colony, and they talked among themselves about how wonderful it was to spend a week and get healthy. One of our early frequent guests was Burt Lancaster, and he helped out. He was part of the commune. Here you find him taking bread from our wood-burning oven. Our exercise classes became more organized. Fitness clothes and warm-up suits had not been invented by this time, at least for the fellow in the middle. In 1960, Aldous Huxley and a group of luminaries came to celebrate our 20th birthday. It was a glorious event. Here he is on the patio of his favorite casita. I opened the golden door. This became the peaceful oasis that drew guests from far and wide and made us world famous. I chose to build a Japanese inn, a ryokan, a restorative place that still restores people each and every day. The door had its luminaries. Here you see Jaja Gabor with Indra Devi, a very great yoga teacher. Here you find a press picture of Johnny Weissmuller, the most famous Tarzan of all, in a tub. And among these toga-dressed men on the Golden Door Bridge is Jim Backus, the original Mr. Magoo. Well, back at the ranch, we continue to grow, to flourish, and to develop. Here's some recent views, so you can see where we came from and where we are. And here's our organic farm, which we take great pride. And in the very midst is our cooking school, La Cocina que Canta, the kitchen that sings. One, I should say, of my daughter's masterpieces. Our guests gather in its grand teaching kitchen and learn new habits that enable them to change their lives. They pick the vegetables, they cook them, they eat them, and they never forget the experience. Fundación La Puerta, our nonprofit foundation, supports environmental and educational programs for the community of Tecate. I hope you will visit Las Piedras, a boulder-like nature center built by Fundación. Now you've seen a glimpse of Rancho La Puerta as it is today. I hope you've enjoyed our journey. Thank you for joining me. Now it's all up to you. The future awaits.